What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another first look video. As always, my name is Josh, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new Tamron 11 to 20 millimeter f2.8 lens for Sony crop sensor E-mount. Now, I am no stranger to Tamron, as you probably know by this point, but they always seem to surprise me with innovative and interesting lens selections. As I mentioned before, the 11 to 20 is specifically designed for APS-C or crop sensor cameras and is actually the world's first constant f2.8 ultra-wide zoom lens for APS-C style cameras, which in my opinion is pretty impressive. Now, once again, Tamron is keeping the mirrorless form factor in mind and made this lens super lightweight and super compact. And if you shoot crop sensor Sony, you know how small these cameras are, and you also know that adding a substantial piece of glass on the front can be a little bit of a turnoff. Now, the first thing I noticed when I put this lens on a camera, and just when I picked it up in general, is the fact that I know that this is going to work very well on a gimbal style situation, which already means it's a hybrid shooting lens for photographers and for videographers. Now, I do want to mention, even if you aren't shooting a crop sensor Sony camera and you're shooting one of their full frame cameras, a lot of their full frame cameras now have a 35mm crop setting, which will give you basically a crop sensor on your full frame, which will let you utilize glass that's made for crop sensors. One thing I do want to mention about that is that you're effectively cutting your resolution down because you're now using less of your camera sensor, so just keep that in mind if you are thinking of using this lens on a full-frame Sony camera. Now, another thing that I noticed about this lens when I was getting to shoot with it briefly was the fact that the minimum focusing distance is actually under 6 inches. It's 5.9 inches at the 11mm mark, so at the wide angle, you can effectively use this as a macro lens if you need to. Now, let's get into some more of the specifics here. I keep going on and on about the form factor and how lightweight it is. This lens weighs less than 12 ounces, 11.8 ounces, and the maximum length of this lens when it's zoomed all the way out is less than 4 inches. It's 3.98 inches, which means when you're pairing it with one of Sony's a6000 cameras like I have right here, it's a really good combo. It works perfectly. Now, when it comes to weather sealing, this lens has really great weather sealing. It has 9 seals and gaskets throughout the entire lens, including the front element as well as the rear lens mount. Much like the other mirrorless glass that they've released recently, the front element of this lens features a fluorine coating, which gives it water and oil repellent qualities, as well as makes it less susceptible to dirt, dust, and scratching as well. The iris itself consists of a 7-blade aperture, which gives it a really pleasing bokeh when you're shooting wide open at a 2.8. Now, optically, this lens is made up of 12 lens elements in 10 different groups, ensuring high resolution from the center and overall superb optical performance throughout the lens. Now, this lens maintains Tamron's current trend and includes their RXD focusing motor, which is as fast as it is accurate when it comes to autofocus. Now, as a Sony shooter, you will have full compatibility with all of Sony's camera-specific features and functions like eye autofocus and any in-camera corrections like color aberrations and anti-distortion corrections within the camera body. I've got to say that this lens is definitely worth checking out if you're an APS-C shooter that's looking for a super fast ultra-wide zoom lens that's compact and lightweight. The Tamron 11 to 20 millimeter is available to purchase from your local Hunts Photo. Call ahead or click the link in the description for inventory availability. Thank you all for tuning into another first look video. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video on our channel. Once again, my name is Josh, and if you have any other questions regarding this lens specifically or anything else camera related, please do not hesitate to give us a call, send us an email, or just stop by one of our 8 stores located around New England.